is going out to all the live motherfuckers, know what I'm saying? All the real niggas, Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, California.
What up? It's your boy T-Bro, and the reaction day is Music Monday. So about to check out another episode of DJ Premier. So what's up? Salute to floppy disk. No, I'm sorry, I was about to start in a minute.
I'm DJ Premier, and
sorry, I'm not sure why this stuff be starting like that. Anyway, this is Salute to floppy disk and everything. This is episode 22, and this is for Fat Joe's Shit Is Real, but it's the DJ Premier remix that appeared on Fat Joe's second now album, Jealous One's Iffy. So anyway, Jealous One's still iffy. I think it was Jealous One's iffy. Yeah, Jose is a Jealous One's still iffy. That's like later on though. But this is off his second album though. He originally did like an original version of Shit Is Real on his debut album Represent, but this one that DJ Premier produced. The joint was a banger for real though. This is the one that became a hit single and all that for him during his early Fat Joe days though. So other than that, without further ado, let's check out DJ Premier. So what's up? Episode 22. Fat Joe Shit Is Real. Let's get it.
I'm DJ Premier, and I present to you So What's Up.
Always with the album cover though. It'd be fun to see it's something about EPMD come out on the video later today. Because every time, the last two times he had an album cover, it'd be on a video out and watching later on. But shout out to the classic right there, EPMD. You got to chill. That's I think between that and Strictly Business was the first songs that introduced you to the dynamic duo right there. So anyway, let's get it.
Okay, computer, run it back.
So what's up?
Oh man, it's history time, like all of them. When I signed to Gangstar in 1987, going into 88, the first artist I got to produce.
Yo, look how young. Let's go back to that clip right there. Look at young DJ Premier. This is when they earlier videos of Positivity, I think. Either that or Master Pill, one or two, but still.
Signed to Gangstar.
Look at young, late teenager DJ Premier, man.
In 1987, going into 88. The first artist I got to produce was our first label made on Wild Pitch Records by the name of Lord Finesse. When Lord Finesse and I worked on his first album, Funky Technician, he brought in some producers from his neighborhood that he wanted to be on the album as well, aside from me. So he brought in Diamond D, Showbiz.
Yep.
And he also brought an MC named AG. He was Andre the Giant at the time. And of course, shout to DJ Mike Smooth, who's also a part of the whole family. That was the beginning of that era of what we were doing before the DITC part happened. Next stage, Digging in the Crates was formed by Showbiz and Diamond D, as far as the name. And the original members at that time were, like I said, Showbiz, Diamond D, Lord Finesse, and AG. They were the Digging in the Crates originals before Big L came later, and Fat Joe came later, and OC came later, and Buck Wild came later. But since we're in the early stages, we shot a video for one of the singles that I produced called Strictly for the Ladies.
Yep.
And Fat Joe, who was also from this.
Funny, I seen this. I remember actually seeing about it. I kind of heard about this. It was like they talking about. I saw this article about rappers that appeared on videos way before they came out and all that, and they talked about him on that video as well too.
Out of town in the Bronx, in the South Bronx. He's from Trinity Ave. He came to the video shoot, and he was always charismatic, funny,
look at
and
hair.
he always said he wanted to rap. Joe was real heavy in the street at the time, so he was 1 foot there, 1 foot in rap, but still not to the level of making records yet. Fast forward from 88, 89, going into 1992, I got to see Fat Joe perform at the Apollo at Amateur Night, and he did a song produced by Diamond D called Fat Joe is a Big Shot. Never released.
Wow.
It was just for the amateur night. And he came out with the gangster suits, and he had all these girls, and he had other dudes on there that looked exactly like Joe's size with the same gangster suits on with the hats and everything. And he won amateur night that night. All of us became good friends with Joe and the rest of the DRTC family. That led to the great cool DJ Red Alert, who was on 98.7 Kiss at the time. He was the biggest promo dude besides Marley Marl and Mr. Magic when it came to having dope promos with beats, rhymes that sounded like dope ass records that you would think should be released like the way, you know, records are released. 10 Crack Commandments is one of them, which we'll explain on another day.
Yep.
Once the promo for a joint he did for Red Alert called Flow Joe just resonated for almost a whole year, that turned into an actual record that he cut for his debut album Represent, which came out in 1993. Me and Joe always talked about working together on some stuff. It just never materialized before that album was released. So moving forward, he was working on his sophomore album, Jealous One's Envy. On Jealous One's Envy, he dropped a record called Success. That was his first single. I did a remix to that, which hit the streets and did what it had to do. Then he dropped a second single, Shit Is Real. I listened to the original. He said, man, I need a remix.
There you go.
I said, I'll get you a remix. And we'll call it the Shit Is Real remix, as you see written right there in front of your face. All right. Now, Joe was always on, I need gangster shit, hardcore, just screw your face, mean gangster shit. I said, let me see if I can go opposite of all that, but still get the point across. Because his voice is going to carry a certain way based off of the drums, my approach, and the more mellow, pretty but still emotional type of sample that was put into it. Mind you, this was done from floppy disks where the sounds were contained. We were not digital, we were still analog. So when you dump the music down to tape through the process of the sounds coming from here where we store it onto a sampler, preferably at that time I was using the S950 Akai sampler and the Akai MPC 60, which was the drum machine that triggered the sounds that come from here, transferred into the sampler, and then put onto the way I program it to make the beat. And then we dump it, yes, that's the slang, to the 2-inch tape in real time. And once you do that, then you have the beat. Joe wasn't there for the remix, and I remember once we put the beat down, the first thing I was like, Joe gonna be like, man, it's too soft. I need some hardcore shit. I don't like the music part of it. But it just sounded so right with the emotion of what he was speaking on how he was coming up from a child to becoming a man. It just seemed like the emotion of the sample just happened to work with his attitude, delivery, and the concept of what the song was about. I remember when Joe heard it, and he actually just told me for confirmation on this particular episode that he said when they played the version, they were running around the car just like jumping up and down like, yo, this shit is so dope. He approved it right away and said, yo, we're gonna do a video to this. And again, sound-wise, when you dump this into the S950 and load it up and connect it with the MPC 60 and lay it down to that 2-inch tape, this is what you get.
The joint. Yeah. This is going out to all the live motherfuckers, know what I'm saying? All the real niggas, Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens.
The drums on this was nasty. It was nasty though.
California, La Bella, Puerto Rico, wherever the fuck you from, know what I'm saying? Yeah. The story takes place back in the South Bronx. We're at the age of 14, I was already knocking off pumps.
All I can say is from that point on, Joe and I became so in communication that I was pretty much on almost every album that he's put out. Not all of them, but from time to time, he was always calling me saying, I need that Primo banger. And, you know, he's gotten them pretty much whenever he needed them. And our relationship has just continued to grow and stay locked.
For a minute, man, rappers wanted at least one beat produced by Primo, though. Even if it was just at least literally just one song. They gotta have a Primo joint. From Jay-Z to Biggie, chorus, rest in peace. Big L, well, he had many others do. Even later on down the line, including guys like Snoop Dogg, and even if it's a remix, they want that primo flavor into their songs though.
And shout to the rest of the DITC that added on later. Big L, rest in peace. Also, Buck Wild, producer extraordinaire. OC, one of the dopest and illest MCs. And of course, we cannot forget Fat Joe. And you know what we say, salute the floppy disk. Right, Joe? And that's what's up.
Just to let you know how I feel, word I'm up. The fucking shit is real. Hey yo, it's real. Hey yo, the shit is real.
Cool. And good episode so what's up? Salute the floppy disk and everything. I love these episodes. I love the story behind the making the song from Primo himself though. You know what I gotta do? We gotta check out, see what's gonna be the next episode. I think I saw it already, but let me double check those to get a reminder what's gonna be next. I said this week is gonna be a good week, a good back-to-back going on. Wait for it to load up. Yeah, so this says it's gonna be a good back to the back. So next week and next week for sure. And then the week for this week and for next week and the week after, there's definitely gonna be some stuff I'm very familiar with. One after I will have to hear it first to recognize it. But other than that, next week's gonna be some loveliness. As I said, next week definitely gonna back up my word when I said that damn near everybody wanted at least one track. Damn near every rapper in the game wanted at least one track made by Primo. Had that Primo touch to it. But other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love.